So in this video, we will be working with our database server. As we have already mentioned that the Raspberry Pi will insert and update the data to the database server. So inside the server, we will install MySQL database and MySQL Workbench. So this is our server. This is Ubuntu 14.04 LTS server. So in the server, first we'll install MySQL server and then we'll install MySQL Workbench. So to install MySQL server, go to terminal and then you first update so that the installation is possible. So you write sudo apt get update. Give the password. So it's updating. All the repository are getting updated so that we don't get any disturbance in our installation. So it's already updated. Now we have to install MySQL server. To install this, write sudo apt get install MySQL server. MySQL server. And then enter. So do you want to continue? Yeah. And then press enter. And now it's asking for a password. Password will be your database password. So if you want to access this database from any other machine which is connected to the same network, then it will ask for this password. At that time, you have to give the same password whatever you are giving right now. So let us give the password as 123456. Then press enter. Repeat the password. So 123456 again, and then press enter. Okay. So it's getting installed. So wait until installation is complete. Okay, so installation is complete. Now we have to install MySQL Workbench. To do so, write sudo apt get install MySQL and then Workbench. And then press enter. So do we want to continue? Press Y and enter. So it will take some time to complete the installation of MySQL Workbench. Okay, so MySQL Workbench has been installed. So already you have installed MySQL Server and MySQL Workbench. So let us check whether the installation is complete or not. So if you write here then MySQL Workbench is showing here. Click here. So it's MySQL Workbench. So I want to check the connection with MySQL Server from this Workbench. Basically, MySQL Workbench is the client and MySQL Server is the server. So from this Workbench, I should be able to create database and I should be able to do all other necessary updation and any other things. So let us now add a connection. And the host name is 127.0.0.1. That is the local host. So this machine and MySQL server works on port number 3306, and by default the username is root. So let us give the connection name as test and then press OK. So the connection test has been established. Now if you double click on this connection, then it will ask for the password. So already we have set our password as 123456. So let us enter 123456 and click on OK. So yeah, now it's showing. So that means our MySQL server and Workbench has been installed properly. So remember that my primary job is to access the database from the Raspberry Pi as well as from the client machine where the speaker will be connected. Because the Raspberry Pi will update the data into the database and the client machine will read the data from this database and will generate some audio voice. So therefore, we should be able to access this database from the Raspberry Pi as well as from the client machine. So let us now go to the Raspberry Pi and let us check whether we are able to access the database. Okay, so this is our Raspberry Pi, and if I click here and if I go on MySQL Workbench, then Workbench will open, and similarly we add a new connection and we give the connection name as server. We know that the IP address of the server was 192.168.100.4. Yeah, remember the IP address of the server is 192.168.100.4, and the IP address of this Raspberry Pi is 192.168.100.10. Okay, so first we should be able to get a ping to the server. So let us check whether it is pinging or not. Okay, so let us ping the server. So ping 192.168.100.10. So yeah, it's pinging. So as it's pinging, we should be able to access the database. Now let us create this. So yeah, it's created. Now, if I double click on this server and opening SQL area, see, it's telling that cannot connect to database server. So this is a very important step. So the Raspberry Pi is not able to access the database which is installed in the server, but it is pinging the server. So this is because we have not configured a file in the database server. So we have to go to the server again and we have to give some privileges to the database so that the other machines which are connected to this network are able to access the database. Okay, so this is a very important step. So let us close and let us now go to the server again. So in the server, we have to give necessary permissions, necessary privileges, so that the Raspberry Pi can get the access. To do so, you have to work with a file called my.cnf, which is located in etc and then in MySQL. So let's open the terminal. You have to open that file. That file is located in /etc/mysql/my.cnf. My.cnf is the file name. So to open this, you have to use an editor. We'll use a very simple editor that is called Nano Editor. So let us write sudo nano space /etc/mysql and /my.cnf, and the password is 123456. Okay, so this is a file. We have to work with this file. Now this bind address is showing 127.0.0.1. That means only this machine, that is the localhost, can access the database. So we have to change this to all 0. That means 0.0.0.0. 0.0.0.0 means every machines in the network. So every machines in the network should be able to access the database now. So now save this. To save, you have to press Ctrl O and then enter. Then to exit, you have to press Ctrl and X. Now you have to restart this MySQL service. To do so, you should write sudo service MySQL and then restart. And press enter. So MySQL stop and MySQL has started again. Okay, so already the service has been restarted. You have to allow the port 3366. To do so, you should write sudo ufw allow 3306, enter. Yeah, so rules has been updated. Now try to understand one thing. Let us open MySQL Workbench again. Okay, so we have seen that we are able to access the MySQL database using the IP address 127.0.0.1, that is using localhost. Now we know that the IP address of the server is 192.168.100.4. So let us try to open the database from the same machine. That means from the server itself using the IP address of this server. So let us create one more connection. Let us name it as test1, and the IP address is 192.168.100.4. Okay, let us create this. Okay, it's created. Now we want to open the database. Whether it opens, let us check. So it's telling that can't connect to database server. So what does it mean? So MySQL server and MySQL Workbench are located in the same machine, but still the Workbench is unable to connect to the database using this IP address of the server. But it's able to connect using the localhost. If the Workbench, which is located in the same machine, is unable to connect to the server using the IP address, then the other machines which are connected to the same network will not be able to connect to the server using the IP address. So our first job is to give the necessary privilege. So to do so, you have to go to the terminal. So go to the terminal. Here you have to go to the MySQL editor where you can write some queries. To do, you have to write this line MySQL dash minus u root is the username and then minus p. So it will ask for the password. Enter the password as 1 2 3 4 5 6 what you have given, and then enter. So this is the MySQL query editor. You can write many queries here. You can get the result. So you have to write some queries here. So firstly, we'll give the necessary privilege so that using localhost, this machine can connect to the database. So you have to write this grant all on this star dot star. This means all database. To root is the username at localhost. Okay, we want to use localhost here. Identified by the password is 123456 with grant option. Press enter. So it's telling query okay. Now you should write the query so that using this IP address, the Workbench can connect to the server. To write that, it is same as the previous line, but only this localhost will be replaced by the IP address, which is 192.168.100.4. So press enter. So again query okay. And then you can write one more line also where there is the percentage sign here, which means all IP address, but all other things remains the same. Then press enter. It's also telling query okay. Then you have to flash the privilege. To flash the privilege, you have to write flash privileges and then press enter. So query okay. So that's it. This is important steps so that all other network elements can access the database server from this server using the IP address. Okay. Now you have to quiet write backslash and q and enter. Okay, let us clear. Now you have to restart this MySQL service again. So to do sudo service MySQL restart, then enter. Password is 123456. This is the password of Ubuntu machine. So please wait. MySQL has stopped. Yeah, again it is started. So all the configurations have been done in the MySQL server. So let us now open MySQL Workbench. Okay, so let us click on test1. This connection, yeah, now it's opening. You see the test1 was the IP address of this machine. So now enter the password 123456. and press OK. So yeah, now it is open. So now using IP address, we can access the database server. So now finally, if we go to the Raspberry Pi, and then if you are able to access the database, then everything is over. So double click here. Yeah. See 192.168.100.4. These are the IP address of the server. You give the password. Yeah. So now you can access. So similarly, the client machine will also be able to access the database. You don't need to do any other configuration. So if you connect any machine having the IP address in the series 192.168.100 or something, then that machine will also be able to access the database. So thank you.